Really nice to see you all. So let's start today's meeting. Thank you so much, guys, for connecting again. These are collective calls that we hold on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So it's Thursday, and we got 3 amazing speakers today to pitch here, share their deck, answer the Q&A, so you know the usual drill. Let me introduce ourselves real quick. So we are Malika and Ivan. We are hosting today's meeting, and we always host that. Welcome you through today's project. So first of all, we got founder and CEO at zkcross.network, Shivam. Then we got a W3BFLIX Co-founder, Pat, joining us. And finally, Puppet's AI founder, Gurav. Hopefully I pronounced everything correctly. Thank you so much, guys, for connecting. Quickly, through the rules, how we usually hold such calls. So a speaker has 5 minutes, maybe 6 for the pitch part, and up to 10 minutes for the Q&A. We'll have timer for your convenience. And if you have any questions, anything, just feel free to leave it in the chat or raise your hand. And yeah, thank you so much for connecting. Be sure to check your camera settings when you're pitching and screen sharing settings as well. Let's start with, I don't know, Shivam, if you want to be the first one, please go ahead.
Awesome, guys. Thank you so much for having me. So let me start with my background. I am a dual engineering graduate, started my entrepreneur journey back in 2009. I entered crypto with mining Ethereum in 2016. Then I built a Telegram-based automated trading platform that grew to 145 million in volume in less than 2 years, fully bootstrapped. Then through that journey, I saw how difficult it is for everyday users to access crypto. And when DeFi emerged, it became even more complex. So that's what led me to start zkcross.network, to simplify DeFi and to make it accessible for the next wave of users. So DeFi today is complex, fragmented, and so buying a newly listed token on, say, Solana can take up to 40 confusing steps. Users juggle through multiple blockchain wallets and gas tokens, creating a fragmented and frustrating experience. So the result is a steep learning curve, complex interactions, and a maze of barriers that stop DeFi from reaching its mainstream adoption. So it's time to completely reimagine DeFi, one that puts simplicity first, and only 1 in 84 sex users have ever tried DeFi. So the next Web3 breakthrough will be an app that makes DeFi effortless for everyday users. So hence introducing SuperAccounts, the first decentralized DeFAI Super App, where autonomous AI agents make DeFi as simple as sending a text message. So discover DeFi like never before with our AI agents. Instead of manually hunting tokens, setting up wallets, bridging, and managing gas, just type a prompt. For example, buy top 5 newly listed tokens on Solana with $20 each from my Bitcoin balance. So the AI agents handles the rest, from discovery, smart routing, swap, bridging, gas, and the complete end-to-end execution, all in one click. So SuperAccounts is the first fully decentralized non-custodial DeFi Super App, and it completely redefines DeFi accessibility with instant wallet activation across Bitcoin, Solana, Ethereum, Tron, BSC, Polygon, and more. It is secured by ZKPs and MPC technology, which is fully decentralized, fully non-custodial, and it automates cross-chain transaction, tracks your Web3 well across all chains. You can onboard and offboard via fiat in more than 120 countries. So at the heart of it is our AI agents, and intelligent agents that acts on your prompts to research, swap, bridge, and manage assets in seconds. Very simple to use. We've compressed all the complicated DeFi steps into single streamlined actions. Complete AI automation, it handles trading, discovery, and execution end-to-end. The access is completely unified, just one login, every chain, no wallets juggling, no gas stress, and it has its entire global reach with fiat on-ramps, portfolio views, and execution from pretty much anywhere in the world. So SuperAccounts transforms you into a DeFi superhuman. Completely effortless, powerful, and with the entire global access. In the background, we are powering seamless DeFi through scalable chain abstraction infrastructure. So we have delivered modular infrastructure as a service for DeFi, enabling universal access across web, mobile, and AI-native interfaces. We have deployed full-stack abstraction infrastructure across top blockchains, including Stellar, Arbitrum, Pardicia, ICP, Solana, Bitcoin, Avalanche, and many more, which is designed to simplify and unify DeFi experiences for users and devs alike. So our core infrastructure modules include wallet and gas abstraction, one-click cross-chain swaps, universal routing of liquidity, secure bridges, relayers, fiat on-ramp and off-ramp, and the entire stack. So this infrastructure powers SuperAccounts and our zkcross DEXs, bringing simplified automated financial access to users globally. And also, like one thing to mention, we don't just build on blockchain, we work alongside them to fill in all the critical infrastructure gaps and drive the user adoption as well. So we have processed over 130 million in volume across 240,000 transactions. Nearly 40,000 unique people or like wallets have used us, generating 1.3 million in revenue. And with SuperAccounts and upcoming multi-chain launches, we aim to 10x this revenue in the next 2 years. Like just to give you a glimpse, the 15.73 billion DeFi market is ripe for disruption, and SuperAccounts is perfectly positioned to actually like capitalize on this shift, bridging the gap between the consumer simplicity and complete decentralized non-custodial power to unlock massive adoption as well. Very like brief about a team. We have the team brings expertise in tech, blockchain, and scaling of businesses, from launching unicorns like Oyo in India and building multi-dollar like ventures to leading high-growth e-commerce and blockchain startups. The founding team is backed by top advisors, incubators like Foundership, Brink, and Blockchain Founders Fund, and we are like very well positioned to lead the next wave of DeFi innovation. About our investors, we're backed by leading Web3 investors, partners, and ecosystem enablers, from like capital support from Blockchain Founders Fund, Cointelegraph, NextGen, Master Ventures, IBC, Mars DAO, and like many more who have actually helped us through the entire journey. With audit partners like Halbon, ecosystem collaborators like Stellar, Arbitrum, Padisha, and many more, we are actually building with confidence at every step. About a token launch, Cross AI token powers the entire. Let me just get up to the raising part. So we're raising like 2.1 million at 18.9 valuation into our private round. Yeah, any question would be like happy to answer.
Yeah, totally. We already received a couple of those, so let me take care of that. First go like this. You've got a solid list of backers and partnerships. How has this support helped you with the scalability of SuperAccounts, and where do you see the biggest growth opportunities in the next year?
So see, AI agents are here to stay. Like people have been actually speaking about that the agentic like wave will eventually die, but I don't think that's going to happen. AI has made our lives easy in every aspect of our lives. So we are actually leading this like entire like DeFi or like DFAI ecosystem. And with all the partners, investors, and everybody who's actually like supporting us, it's really, I would say, like rewarding to be a part or like to have them as a part of a journey with introductions, with advisory, because this would be my like 7th or 8th startup that I founded. And with founders, generally what happens is you get so much involved into your own world, you always need that third person view. And that advisory or that genuine feedback is always required for any company who's actually building.
Okay, gotcha. Thank you. We got another one. Non-custodial ownership is a key selling point for you. How do you make sure users fully understand the power and responsibility that comes with controlling their own funds?
See, the thing is, the entire, so like, let me start why. You have seen all of these exchanges getting hacked from FTX to pretty much everything, and having custody to a third party is always a risk. Whereas what we have done is we've completely abstracted that from the entire user journey. So you as a user can come in, log in through your Gmail, Twitter, like whichever interface you want to use. You never have to take care of your keys. So that like security element, which the keys in the hands of users, where all the security issues happen, that has like completely gone out of the box. So now users can actually like manage their own assets without ever having to go through a third party. And the way we have like designed it and like done it, we've actually solved like many problems in the last 2 years. So now you have complete like control over your funds as well.
Okay, third one goes like this. Morgan asks, looks like it does trading. Does it do lending or borrowing as well?
Yes, so that's in the go. At the moment, these are like major 6 task of flows that like we have actually come up with. So it includes like research. So you can research anything you like, from like top tokens to wallets tracking and everything. The smart trading, you can prompt in any way you like. So like, for example, over here, you can convert 25% of your meme holdings into a stable coin on any blockchain that we support. Risk management, this is like one of the major issue where traders don't like to actually trade on DeFi, is they don't have a way to put stop losses and take profits. So hence introducing that. Staking, yield, lending, borrowing. So you can stake your any tokens on any blockchain just like by command. And it can also switch between like different blockchains to give you the maximum like yield ever possible. Then alerts and notification, education. These are more 6 starting points for us. But eventually, as we grow even like further down the line, users will also be able to create their own agents and like launch them to earn like a revenue like from it as well. I hope that answers the question.
Yeah, hopefully that answered that. And guys, just so you know, we post all the contact details of our speakers in the chat. So be sure you check it out. Just scroll up and you can find PG handles, email. So it's all in there. We always post that. Thank you. We got another one, and it seems like to be like a quote of the previous one. So yeah, non-custodial ownership. Yeah, that basically repeats that. So Cross AI is an utility token, right? So where is the non-custodial feature?
So yeah, I mean, the token sits on the entire like DeFi infrastructure. So non-custodial is from the user point of view. So you don't have the access is contained within you. I think the vault, the main, I would say tokens are never like non-custodial, but when you hold it as a user, it depends if you're holding it on a SEX or on your own wallet, which is on-chain or with us. So that custody is like non-custodial, and the token itself is fully on-chain.
Okay, I see. Thank you so much. If we run out of questions, I think we can move on. Malika, what do you say?
Yeah. Thank you so much, Shivam. And
Thank you.
Let's ask now Pat, because I know that you have a investor meeting like in 15 minutes, right? So let's go fast with you.
Me, right? Live from Paris Blockchain Week, basically. How can I do this? It doesn't quite reflect with the background, but anyway, here I am in the middle of. Can I actually switch off the video? I probably won't, because otherwise we're going to waste time. But essentially, hopefully, it's not too noisy. But I'm right in between meetings, so I'm very happy to have this chance to be with you today. And it is live. A lot of people are talking about real world assets. A lot of people are talking about AI here. A lot of people are talking about IP, and also even the Ton ecosystem. And you know what? I'm going to talk to you about all of this, because this is what W3BFLIX is about. So let me just introduce you to what we do. It's a very different field from what you presented, essentially, which was a great presentation just before. But essentially, what we are is a next generation streaming platform. How does that work, and who are we really? Well, just imagine Netflix on Telegram, which is 1 billion users right now. All that by chain, which is Ton. And you got W3BFLIX. It's a great hybrid. As I said, it's RWA meets AI meets VPN, actually, because we're decentralizing the cloud infrastructure as well. Just for recap, in case you think film streaming is a niche, it's a big niche. It's hundreds of billions, right? Now, as we go along, we're actually serving the purpose of solving a lot of issues. Essentially, I don't know, people still have a Netflix subscription, maybe not. A Disney Plus subscription, maybe not. It's a lot of subscriptions at the end of the day, and what we're proposing here is a multi-channel solution, which I'm going to show you, which essentially solves the problems of one-way media, where no one gets anything for watching or sharing, into something where users actually get rewarded for sharing. They get suggestions from AI agents, and it totally changes the experience of consuming content, whether it is gaming, whether it is series animation. We didn't just start yesterday. I mean, all these companies are companies I work with, including Disney Plus. We have advisors on our board who have worked with all these companies as well. I have a previous company that I'm exiting that was financed by Animoca. So we're just exiting now. And in a few months, we managed to bring the community to a strong 1.2 million people with more than 320,000 people engaged on a monthly basis. They're Turing complete. So they're not bots. They're real people. They give their opinions on how we should develop the platform. They have already got watch to earn points, share to earn, create to earn. We've got more than 100 videos that came out. Any video we put up there, we got 100,000 views minimum per day. So it's fair to say we're an MVP. We're starting to monetize also. And we've had great connections and partnerships, including with Ubisoft. So Herman Crab, we work with Epic Games and Roblox. We focus on Africa and Asia Pacific at the moment as main markets, but we're planning to deploy further into Europe, US, and Latin America. We have partners for that. And essentially, to put it simply, what we are essentially is an entertainment startup studio. Think about YouTube channels, but channels that are professionals, and they go from anime, crypto movies. We have a couple of crypto movies that are going to come over, not just documentaries, but actual dramas and comedies. Why a token? Not just for subscriptions and creating, but also for as validating the process of decentralized cloud services for streaming. Needless to say, we're going to have a lot of on-chain activities. It's fully interoperable into the Ton ecosystem and Telegram, 1 billion people. Business case is very simple to grasp. $2 subscription per month. Once we get critical mass and scale, advertising either on an ad basis, or we get 50% anyway, Telegram, and then commission-based sharing, either for fundraising or merch selling, ticket selling as well. I spare you the hockey stick here, but we think we're going to go pretty high, and we're raising 2.6 million right now. We have a passionate team that we've worked with for years, including people like Vadim has been working in the Clearpool and Trustless projects recently. We're coming from TradFi. I got a PhD in movie and Web3, which, yes, it exists. It was the first one. It got published as a book with Springer, with great advisory, including Sean Lee, who was the head, the CEO of Algorand Foundation, zkcross, who is the director of Disney Plus and HBO, and also the co-producer of Nicole Kidman. Our roadmap is very simple, and I will stop here. Is essentially, we've already completed everything we could complete with our own funds to be able to deploy and stream proper films that we've secured the rights to, and scale into and build and scale into cloud streaming services. We need your help. We need partnerships and strategic partnerships, and we're very happy to see how we can work together with you.
Hey, thank you so much, and thank you for your respect and the timing. We've already have a question. How do you plan to keep growing your community while ensuring that the quality of content stays high and engaging for everyone?
If you go back to the slide, maybe I could share it again because that's going to make things easier. If you go back to this slide, the way we're planning to operate is essentially treat each channel, each media as a startup. And it's a very good question. The way we're planning to operate is essentially in silos. So for example, we want to target a geographical area, say Vietnam. We're very strong in Vietnam and Indonesia, and I salute all our followers if they're here. But essentially, we can have essentially mini drama in Bahasa right there on W3BFLIX as a separate mini bot. Right? And it would still accrue the same points and the same rewards overall, but they will watch a different channel. So essentially, we can test that. If it doesn't work, if no one wants to watch films in Bahasa, which I don't think would be true, then we can scrap it, right? And essentially, if our audience doesn't want it, we build something else. And the reality of it is anytime we put a suggestion, feedback for our audience, we get within 24 hours, 20,000 people answering us, okay, we'd like to do this. We prefer to do this. We're from here. We're men, we're women. We're doing this and that. And essentially, we're building this with them. And practical idea of we only have one channel now, but having several channels and several bots essentially means we can cater for a lot of people and they don't have to watch the stuff they don't want to watch, right?
Thanks.
I don't know if that answers the question. But.
Yeah, hope so as well. Interesting concept, by the way. And another one, what kind of perks are users most excited about when co-financing productions? Have any surprises stood out so far?
This is where we tap into Web3 because a big chunk of people, they just want to watch. A big chunk of the community just want to watch films or series or play games. I would say a certain amount of people would like to be on the set. They would like to be invited to a red carpet event. They would like to have maybe the jacket from, who knows, Nicolas Cage in the next film, right? Well, you know what? You can, but then it means a different level of access. And that's where we get into Web3. Essentially, different levels of access, gamifying access. We're not there yet, but we're trying to pinpoint and see what is important to our community to be able to get to that stage where we can really cater for what they want.
Thanks. By the way, how does your decentralized video hosting system actually help reduce storage costs? And how do you plan to make it scalable for big projects?
Well, see, this is where it would be a turning point. Like we're in talks with several companies now to do decentralized cloud streaming, not storage. I mean, we talk to certain operators and they store, but they don't necessarily have solutions for us. And we need to build on top of that. Essentially, that would reduce the cost dramatically. We hope at least by half. You got to realize that Netflix pay $250 million, so $250 million at least on average per year to their direct competitor, Amazon. So we don't want to be in that situation. We're coming from Web3. We believe in peer-to-peer. Essentially, it is no more than a peer-to-peer network. And with the community engagement we've had so far, if we get to 5 million, to fully answer maybe the question from previously, we grew organically up to now. I think if we really nail it in terms of marketing, this is why we need a strategic partner as well. We get to 5 million, 10 million, eventually with 10 million, you can start having a proper decentralized system.
Okay, thanks. What would be roughly the percentage of the turnover going to be shared by Flix stakers?
That's a good question. Are you a user? That would be my kind of question. That seems very, very precise. We We are still wondering because we are not a TGE yet, right? We haven't launched a token. So we're still wondering what is going to conversion value of the points into tokens, right? So this is where we start. I cannot give you an answer because if I give you an answer, essentially I will reveal everything about our TGE right away. We're working, we're cooking, as they say, we're talking to the major exchanges and they are interested because this is utility, this is real world assets, IPs that we're talking about. So the answer is I cannot answer right now exactly what the conversion rate is going to be, but we're working on it. In terms of advertising, it depends on the revenues that we get. So I cannot give you a percentage. I mean, we get 50% from Telegram, right? But we think maybe 10% would be good for the audience. This is something we're going to ask the audience. That is my answer, actually. What is fair?
Yeah, another comment. Congrats anyway for having one of the first real Web DAO use case, Web3 DAO use case. Thanks. Guys, if you have more questions, please feel free to raise your hand or put it here in the chat. Also, if you want to connect with Patrice after the call, in the chat you can find his contact details. And meanwhile, we still have like 5 minutes. Maybe Patrice, you can tell us about the perks that users get.
The perk, first of all, is entertainment that they may like. I mean, Netflix is okay. They do some, and again, we're not a Netflix killer, by the way. I respect Netflix. They saved the industry back during COVID. Without COVID, they would be dead actually before the COVID, probably. But anyway, or they would have been taken over. But they're a great element we're planning to work with potentially. But there are two things they don't do that we can do that are perks for our community. One, there are a lot of areas geographically where they don't go because it doesn't make any economic sense for them. And I'm talking Latin America, some countries in Southeast Asia, some countries in Africa. We can remedy this. The other thing that is a perk outside of giving access to content is a lot of people mistake Netflix or even Amazon as a repository for film. They're not. They have whatever is available at the moment, and that's it. What we want to build is more something where, because the rights are decentralized and we can bring in the royalties straight to the producers, which is a benefit to the producers, then we think we can engage a lot more conversations with producers and get stuff that eventually Netflix will not have. The actual perks, we've signed a few contracts with films we have not announced yet. We cannot announce it now, today, but we have access to set unit for certain people who are interested in it and we're really deeply engaged with WebFlix. We have access to red carpet events. We have access to memorabilia, merchandise. We have access even in some cases to being in front of the camera, if that's what they want, or having some form of decision making on the story. We don't want to replace obviously the director, right? But they might be able to say, for example, I'd love to say on which t-shirt the main protagonist is going to have on day one, like The Rock, for example. Imagine you're like, okay, I want The Rock to have a unicorn t-shirt. And you're considered, here you go. And at that level, you really have an impact and you really have gamified the entire process. And this is something different from what Netflix is doing. It's not bad. What Netflix is doing is great, but we're doing something slightly different that we think might be something interesting for the audience.
Thank you so much, Pat, for your pitch. I think we will let you go. Wish best of luck with the investor and enjoy the this blockchain week.
I've said right left and center, we've got this call with Platinum DC. I can't meet you. So I've tried to advertise you as much as I could here, even though you don't need any advertising at this point. But here you go. Okay.
Thanks.
Listen, thank you very much for the honor. Anything that I can answer, I'm happy to do it.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Ivan, should we proceed with the next project?
Last but not least, we got Graph representing a project called Puppet AI. So Graph, thank you so much for waiting. Please go ahead.
Hey guys, so I guess of all the founders here, I'm the youngest one. One more thing, it's Thursday, 2 years ago, ChatGPT was launched on the same day. So, it's like that. Believe one of the most important days when it comes to AI. So I have been AI weeb, since my matriculation, around my high school, I was coding NLP bots, sentiment analysis bots, and I moved forward to generate image-generated NFTs way before Midjourney, Stable Diffusion ever came into the picture. After that, I made some profits and I started as co-founder in a development agency, then moved to a 3D game AI platform where I joined as a CTO and help them create an AI for generating 3D assets and other game assets. Eventually, I realized that Web3 is going to be at a juncture where the Web3 and Web2 collaboration will be done by agentic use cases only. So as Shivam was saying, Web3 is very, very complex for, for the current Web2 users. And I believe that's where agents can come in. That's where we also come in. We empower developers to create these agents. We empower CBDO, like business development officers, and even marketing officers to create agents without any coding knowledge. So what we have is a no-code chat builder. So you can just go type what you need in the agent. You can describe it in your words, and the agent is created. So it can have all the on-chain capabilities. It will have a non-custodial agent wallet, and of course you can connect it with various interfaces on maybe Twitter, Telegram, your own web interfaces, your app interfaces, and you can do all this without any coding knowledge. So let's say I want to create an agent which is specific for Berachain ecosystem. I want an agent which can optimize yield on Berachain and act at the same time do swaps using OpenOcean protocol. So our father, which we call again agent father, goes and it creates the agent for you. It deploys the agent for you in a TEE environment, so it's secure. You can connect it via Telegram bot, you can connect it via Twitter, and you can just let your users and you use it.
Sorry, for interrupting. You're not presenting, right? Are you planning to share your screen at any point?
I believe presentations are somewhat boring. If you want, I can present. I have my pitch deck opened up.
Yeah, it would be.
Because we usually do it with screen sharing. It's hard to, assist only by ear. So yeah.
I'm with a habit of, usually not going and presenting because, again, for me,
it's the rules of our calls. That's why,
Yeah, no worries.
So
I all started with reading a vision of Vitalik in one of its papers, and it was AI as the interface of the game, of the Web3 game. AI is going to be the interface. It's going to be the user interface. It has the highest potential, and it comes with great risks. And that's where we come in. We optimize that risk. We optimize the whole development workflow. The problems of the Web3 are fragmented ecosystems, limited agent capabilities like ELISA, and similar architectures are very, very limited. So they are not capable of doing real world tasks. Real Web3 tasks. The development is very, very complex. Literally, there is no real on-chain support in the standard architectures like LangChain or LangGraphs, right? We lack all the, we have, it's like a steep developing agent. It's like a steep out there. So that's where we come in. We give them a unified on-chain experience. We are all EVM compatible. We are even landing support for Solana and Movement. At the same time, we are working on Cosmos integration as well. So we are unifying all these different silos we have in Web3. Agent development is simple with no-code tools and modular design, and we have multi-agent coordination. What it means that you can do all those stuff, basically which like a human brain does, right? It has a way of thinking, it has an approach. The same way multi-agent coordination has an approach of its own. It evolves as a human brain. So and that's what we do here. And again, it's modular, it's scalable. It can scale up to infinity times because it doesn't need GPU. You are using pre-running LLM models. Our platform is drag and drop, as well as no-code chat builder also, which is coming up. You can just type in chat and it does all the work for you, heavy lifting. And for complex workflows, you can just drag and drop. We are agent development, orchestration, and distribution platform out there. So we work in a TEE-based environment, and our agents have on-chain smart wallets. So it makes the whole concept of non-custodial the core of each and every agent. So each and every agent has a non-custodial wallet, and all the user funds which the agent handles, rest it is in the user's wallet. And we are in that point where we need these agentic user interfaces. So these are some of our partners and backers. We have already secured angels, grants from Arbitrum Foundation, Movement Labs, Travels AI, BrahmaFi, and Beconomy are our implementation partners. The list is growing. Like we are in talk with some more chains for the grants. So yeah, I'm Gaurav. I'm the chief agent officer. I'm developing all the agents, even the father, which creates its own agent. And Shreyans is our lead engineer agent. And yeah, the operations guy. So yeah, this is the total AI market, 600 billion plus. And we have 30 billion plus of the target market, which was combined of ELISA OS virtual protocol in 2024. So the business model is based on SaaS fees, yield from like staking, DeFi activities, royalties on DeFi activities, and royalties on agents which have good user base. So we can charge more, the agents which are making more money. And then enterprise solutions for Web3 and Web2 enterprises. That's again where we come in. So this is our go-to-market roadmap, and we already done phase 1. We are in the process of phase 2. We are releasing our beta product for our close partners like Movement Labs, Chain, and few others. Then we'll go with DeFi agents release across all these ecosystems. So the funding round is like this. We are raising 100K in our angel round right now. It's already filled by team members from Moment Labs, Travels AI, Arbitrum Foundation. We have 50% of it for engineering, 20% for operations, and 30% for marketing activity. That's it. That's what presentation is about.
Yeah, gotcha. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for the pitch part. Well, we already gathered some questions, so let's go through them. And the first one is more like a comment from Shivam. So yeah, Gaurav, ChatGPT was publicly released on November 30th, 2022, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess, yeah, right. I don't exactly remember the date, but I remember the day. It was Thursday because I was one of the users using it that day.
Okay, let us check later then. So no coding required is a huge selling point. What kind of support of resources do you offer to users who might be interested in creating more complex agents as they grow their skills?
Okay, so yeah, no code is our huge selling point, and the resources we provide, basically multi-agent systems can run in as low GPU requirement as 1 GB. So you really don't need a GPU. You can work with a TEE CPU, and in a TEE environment, your agent is attack proof. Like it's not attacked by external poisoning. So you can build your agent for free. You can launch your first agent for free till you don't scale up. So it makes it easier for you to garner your own users till you don't scale up. You can launch tokens for your agent along with our partner launchpads. Like we are in talk with Virtuals, we are in talk with creators for having them as our launch partners. You can launch your token pool on there, and the agent infra runs on ours. That's the perks we are offering, and along with the no code selling point.
Okay, hope that answered the question. We got another one, the huge one from Shivam as well. So, hey, Gaurav, curious to learn more. Puppets AI is clearly tapping into the Trustless AI agent space with chain abstraction and multi-chain frameworks. Given the growing number of projects exploring on-chain AI like Ritual, BitTensor, and others, how is Puppets AI planning to uniquely position itself in terms of developer and user adoption in Trustless execution? Also, how are you thinking about agent composability in security across chains?
Our tech stack is built around Beaconomy and Brahma. They are great infra which allow us to have multi-chain experiences, chain abstracted experiences, but give that power to the agents, and your agents will be able to be composable across all different chains. You can manage smart contract states and all the stuff across different chains using these infras. Now, going to the previous question, what's our unique selling point, basically, how we position ourselves. Currently, no one is doing no-code agent builder, not even Web2. So we are like, Web3 is all about innovation. We are always, at the forefront of bringing the coolest tech. And I believe that's why we started this in Web3. No-code agent builder with just chat interfaces and landing support for MCP, which makes it easier for integrations, landing support for LangChain tools, which makes it easier to build your own tools. We make it more and more developer friendly. We are making things easier for the developers, which are the core of the whole Web3 ecosystem. So when developers have it easy, you can see more and more agents popping out. And all these agents that are popping out, they are basically built on top of a PITCI framework. So eventually it's accumulative user base across, hundreds or thousands of agents that's gonna be deployed on PITCI. So it's gonna be like AWS moment for the whole agent universe.
Okay, gotcha. And I'd say we actually had a similar question maybe 2 calls ago or something like that. The project was building like a no-code solution as well, similar to yours. So yeah, I think this is growing the competition day by day. Yeah, we got another one. Puppets AI is all about simplifying on-chain interactions. What do you think is the next big challenge in making blockchain and AI even more accessible to the masses?
Okay, so that's one of the things, where I have a very firm opinion around stablecoins and digital nations. So I believe we will have this cross-border transactions happening, and each user will be able to, do all this cross-border transactions, cross-border payments, own real-world assets. So you might be a small token owner of Silicon Mine in Africa or something like that. So all this is gonna made possible by blockchain. Now the complexity rises in the user experience. Currently, what you have to do, go connect your MetaMask wallet, search for the right protocol, make sure that the protocol is hack-proof, so your money doesn't end up in a hacker's wallet. The filament hack recently happened. But that's where agents come in. Agents they take care of security, they take care of your user experience, and I believe that's what's gonna make it mainstream. So as I said, the next 1 billion user wave that's gonna enter the Web3, it's gonna enter through the agentic user interfaces. We still need to manage all the compliances and the regulations point of view before a real hardcore user onboarding starts.
Yeah, sure, of course. Guys, we still have time for the last question. Just reminding you that there are contact details of Gaurav in the comment section. Just feel free to go there. And last one. Okay, then I'll address the question. So what is your future plans and scaling strategy?
So we are already partnered with, a few of the largest chains like Arbitrum, Betachain, Moment Labs, and Sophon, Avalanche. So we are going to scale and launch agents across all these different ecosystems. Basically, we'll start with DeFi agents because DeFi is the more complex one. Then we go with NFTFi, we go with data management, we go with DAO management, and even gaming agents. Once all these agents are basically in the market and we have the accumulative users coming through across all these agents to our main platform, the final strategy is around launching unified agent interface. It's something which is similar to unified payments interface and what Indian government did for payment solutions. So these unified agent interfaces, connect you with thousands of agents at the same time. So that's the end goal. AGI is the end goal. We are going to head towards that with a multi-agent ecosystem.
Yeah, I see. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for your pitch. It was really interesting. Wishing you the best of luck. Okay, thank you so much for featuring on this call. And to all of our speakers, huge shout out. And if you want to be the next guest and speaker of our call, just feel free to look in the chat right now. There are first form for participation, which you can fill in and obviously book a call. And there is also a feedback form, so feel free to leave your thoughts. And yeah, happy to see you guys once again. See you next week. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you.